everybody, and welcome to this week's Confident Club Cuppa. Hiya, Steve.
Hey up, Curls. Hello.
Now, I think you can explain a bit more about this. Do you know, it says here, it's totally impossible to process a negative in your neurology. Hey, what?
Yeah, come again. Well, it's a bit like if you say to a small child, don't drop the milk. What do they do?
What do they do?
Because you can't think about not dropping it without not dropping it, right?
Yeah.
Which is strangely why every chapter in this, or step in this book starts with the word don't, like don't have goals, don't have vision, don't have purpose, because you can't think about not having them.
My friends in Whitby, when their twin boys were really little, about 3, they're all grown up now, I think they're 25, but when they were about 3, they had this fabulous house with a massive, massive orchard at the back.
Yeah.
And they said to the boys, don't play in the road. There's a really busy road outside. Literally 2 minutes later, where were these 2 little boys?
See, all the time, I was staying in a fancy hotel, and it had even though it was a fancy hotel, beautiful towels, right?
Yeah.
Next to, I thought, what's that? Tiny little sign, and it said, do not steal our towels, right? Because obviously have a lot of people say, we will charge you £5 per towel. Well, I got this towel curler, and I thought, do you know, that's probably 25 quid in Marks and Spencer's. So I nicked 3. Didn't really. What does it say on computer software? Do not copy, right?
You see it once you notice it, you see it everywhere,
yeah,
though, don't you?
I was doing a gig at a football ground, and they had a conference facility there. So I'm walking around the ground trying to find entrance to the conference, and there's all the turnstiles, and there's big signs. So in case the average football hooligan can't read, they had pictures of these things, and it said, do not bring any of the following dangerous items into the ground. Now, I don't know about you.
Guess?
Well, I had to run out with, right, so what would you think of, obviously?
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, things like, oh God, knife.
Right, so knife. So there's a picture of a knife.
I thought of a knitting needle. Was that
right,
one?
that was on.
Oh,
right.
was it? Yeah.
But some I hadn't thought of. Darts, coins, fireworks. You know, it was just like, here's a shopping list, right? So what is the point of this step, right? I think there's a couple of things when you think about communication across everything. So if we're talking about presentations, in NLP they talk about you don't want to create negative internal representations, whatever that means. It means sometimes we've got to be careful. If we're telling people what we don't want them to do, then they're thinking about that. So when you're designing a presentation, you might want to put the emphasis on what you do want them to do. You said in a previous couple, when we're asking people, when you coach people, people are great at talking about what they don't want rather than what they do want. Yeah. So that's in terms of presentations, but the action step, I think, from this couple would be look at all your corporate communications, or if you're not in the corporate world, any communications, your emails. Yeah. The amount of things that are telling people what you don't want them to do until you're frustrated to keep doing them. Why do you keep doing that?
Because of 3-year-old twins, that's why.
Talk about coaching on the workshop, we talk about sport, don't we? And I remember we had a guy from Harrogate, or you might say Harrogate.
I would say Harrogate.
Rugby Union Club, right? And his behaviour was, kept swearing at the referee. And giving penalties away, and they were losing games, and it was frustrating the hell out of him because he'd do it, and then the team would go, "We stop swearing at the referee." So I sat him down, and we talked about this before, internal dialogue and all that. I said, "You know, during the game, are you talking to yourself?" And he went, "Yeah." I said, "What are you saying?" He says, "I'm saying, don't swear at the ref. Oh, no. Don't swear at the ref." Right?
Command to brain, Don't drop the milk.
So obviously, just change that, right? Change that. Leroy Rivet was a player who used to play for Leeds Rhinos, and he scored 4 tries in Challenge Cup final, a bit of a hero at the day. And we were at a do, and I got chatting to him, and he said, "Oh, I had this problem, you know. I got known for not catching the high ball. He played at fullback quite a bit, and so the opposing teams knew that, right? So they'd kick it and then really high, and he'd drop it." So I was talking to him, and he said, "Did the coaches help?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "What you're saying to yourself?" I'm saying, "Don't drop the ball, don't drop the ball." So they changed it to catch the ball, hold it firmly, and make a metre. And so I started doing that. And that's what he started doing. Yeah. Then they changed it to catch the ball and make 5 metres. And he said, one of the reasons I scored one of those tries in Challenge Cup final is that's what I was saying. Catch it and run left the pitch.
Yeah. So
just notice how you don't, we don't want you to think about this idea of talking in negatives, right? Don't go away and look at all your communication and think, oh, I'm banging on about what I don't want my team or my people or my kids to do.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't take Steve's advice.
I'll see you.
Bye.